This is Christina from the Empower Her call today. Today we'll have a fabulous empowerment that's going to share with us her story. It's all about transformation. But today, it will be a huge honor for us as well to have Pamia, who is hosting the whole interview. So now, without further ado, I'm going to get Pamia to speak with us now.
All righty, Christine, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you see me?
yes, everyone can see you now.
Oh, okay, good. Hello, everybody. I'll tell you something. I'm just sitting here laughing inside. If you only knew, if y'all only knew. I mean, this is just really an exciting time for all of us. We're just really enthusiastic about tonight's Empower Her video conference, and the reason being is I've had the opportunity to spend some quality time with our guest speaker tonight, and I've also had the opportunity to train with her and to break bread with she and her husband on a number of occasions. And what you see is what you get. You know, it's the same person over and over and over again. I mean, when I talk about people, I try my best to edify, completely edify. There's no edifying here. It's all edifying. And I want you to know that this young lady is who she is. I love her dearly, as though she and I we grew up in the same womb and had the same parents. It's just that we didn't. We have different moms, different dads. But to me, she is my spiritual sister. We are connected from now until forever. I just love she and her husband. I love her family. And I just love everything about her. You know, the struggle is real, girls and guys. I know you out there listening. The struggle is real. And tonight you're going to hear it. So what I want to do is I want to bring to the actual front of the conference tonight a young lady whom once again that many of you may know, but if you don't know her, she hasn't had it easy, and that's one of the reasons why I know you will hear in her story tonight that she appreciates the success that's been not been given to her, but that she's earned. So without any further ado, help me welcome to the front of the call, the front of the video, my dear friend, all the way from Canada,
Oh my God.
Miss Sabine Gadet. Am I saying that right?
Got that, yes.
All righty, good. Hey, lady, how are you? You're so pretty.
Thank
Look
you.
at you. Aw. I'm telling you, and you know what? As pretty as you are on the screen tonight, you're just as beautiful inside. It's one thing to be, glamorous on the outside, and Lord have mercy, all oxidized on the inside. You know what I mean? But
Great. Oh, I'm
Sabine, you are beautiful on the inside and the outside. And for me and all of those who know you out there, and the ones that will know you after tonight, I want to say we love you and we appreciate you, and we've been eagerly waiting to hear your story. So I'm
thank
just going
you.
to turn this video conference right over to you and let you go ahead and share, because I don't want you to just talk about the company that we are associated with, because there's a lot of people out there that's listening from all different companies, and some are working a 9 to 5. They haven't even thought about getting involved in multi-level marketing or direct sales. They're just chiming in because they want to be empowered. And the struggle for you, I read your story, and the struggle for you, I'm telling you, was real. You know, when somebody think they had it hard, and oh, they couldn't do it, and oh, this happened, and oh my, I got a flat tire, and little things like that. Please, please. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm gonna just turn it over to you because we want to hear your story from beginning, and then we'll hear about all the success that you're having now. So everybody, welcome to the front of the call, Sabine Cadet. Woo!
Wow.
I turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Mia. Um, I have to say, I'm so thankful that to Christina for putting this whole thing together. She works so hard behind the scenes, and I'm so very grateful to be on this call. And thank you to Mia for being a mentor and a sister. I love what you said. It just warmed my heart, which means a lot from a person like me, because when I first started this journey, I was not the person that you see today. I was a very insecure, very unhappy, very depressed person with no self-esteem. With my nose. I had absolutely no friends. I had no communication skills whatsoever. And I just want to backtrack a little bit and give you a history of where I come from. I come from a small farming community, and I worked a family business for over 25 years. And I was taught to work hard, and working was the thing to do, right? And enjoy it and what else. So, and I'm not talking regular work here. I'm not talking being a cashier or, taking out the trash. I'm talking shoveling liquid shit. I'm talking working in the cold, working on cement in rubber boots, never, always dressed in gum boots, in all sorts of weather, and even up at 2 o'clock in the morning catching ducks, because that was our farm. We had a duck farm. It was like the first of its kind in our community. And so I worked hard. And in 1994 is when I met my husband, and he was serving in the Canadian Armed Forces. And after a couple of years of meeting him, he was actually medically discharged from the Army. And this was because when he went and served overseas in 1991 in the Kuwait War, he got very, very ill. He went from top physical condition to absolutely zero. And so I actually met him when he was going through the beginning processes of his illnesses. And every year he was getting worse. And some of his symptoms were that he would have extreme migraines, which was the worst of them all. And he had vertigo. He had reactive airway disease, so which means he couldn't breathe very well. He had PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress, and major depression. And he couldn't sleep. He only slept about 2 to 3 hours a night. And we also have a son. So he actually did a lot of the helping around the house. My husband had gone to every, they had sent him to every doctor. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. But he was on medications galore, you name it, psychological stuff and everything else. And we were in this box. We had lost all our friends. We had no social circle. We had maybe 1 or 2 friends. And every year we got more and more stressed. I became the breadwinner in the family because the pension he was getting was nowhere near enough to bring in an income. And I get emotional. Please,
it's okay.
Bear with me.
You got me emotional too, so bear with me.
Thank you. We had some tough goings, and you have to understand, when a military man is, they're trained to be men, and they're trained to take care. And when they can't take care of their family, it takes away their manness, right? So for him not to work was a devastating thing. And I was working all the time. And so he would see me go through this. And when my dad sold the family business, I had to find another way to make an income. And I actually started my own duck farm with Roger's help, but he was like behind the scenes on the computer, right? That was the one thing that he kind of had a handle on, was computer stuff and video games. But we started this duck farm, and within a year and a half of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, and investing money, we lost it to the avian flu that happened in our area. And so we lost everything. So, had to regroup again. And at this point, my sister actually suggested, they're hiring janitors at the high schools. Maybe get a janitor job and get a pension and, all that good stuff, right? And I said, okay, well, this is something I know how to do. I can work hard, right? And so I did. I took my 3-month course. And I put my app in, expecting that I was going to get a job like no problem. And guess what? No job. Nobody called. It wasn't ringing off the hook. So it was like, oh, great, now what? So I decided to start my own cleaning company. So that's what I did. And one of my friends had a cleaning company. They were looking for a cleaner. I went, and then pretty soon, one referral after another, I got my clients. And pretty soon, I was like, within the year, I was up to 50 to 60 clients. And I was working again. I was 12, 16-hour days, no days off, no vacations, no nothing. And I did this for the next 6 years. So, what I want you to imagine is, here I am, I'm 45, well, mid-40s, right? And I'm extremely tired. I'm extremely tired on the inside. I'm extremely tired mentally. And totally overworked. And then one of my clients shows up at his house with one of these machines. And he hooked it up to his tap. And he was telling me that he drank this water. So precious. I love this man. Paul Richardson, if you're listening, I love you so much. And Gail, sorry. Like he said, he drank this water and his shoulder pain went away. And I was a little skeptical. I thought, geez, Paul, what are you trying to tell me now, right? And, but he said, my friend Rochelle Beats is coming up from Washington, and she's going to give a presentation. And I would really love for you to come to see it, because I think it would actually help you with your cleaning business. You can replace your cleaning supplies with it. And I was like, really? So it piqued my interest, right? So I came, and I have to tell you, what I saw was just jaw-dropping to me. I thought this was the most fantastic thing I'd ever seen in my whole entire life, and everybody needs a machine. Like, everybody, right? I saw the oil multiply, I smelled the disinfectant water, and then I learned all about the healthy water, and I was like, holy crap, this is like, yes, everybody needs it, right? So, so I brought it home. I brought home like 3, 4, 5 gallons of water to Roger. And, well, can you imagine what he said to me? He sat there with my son in the basement, and he said, have you completely lost your mind? And I said, no, I didn't see it. And so what does he do? Right in front of me, he proceeds to Google Kangen water. And, of course, what comes up, well, this is 7.5 years ago now, just so you know. And what came up was it was a scam. It was like, a pyramid scheme, this, that, and the other thing. And he basically, just tore me apart, everything that I learned. Well, of course they do that. And it's like he had an argument for everything, right? And so I'm sitting there, tears running down my face, and I'm just like, oh crap, now what do I do? So I regrouped. I knew what I saw, I knew what I tasted, I knew what I heard. And I thought, no, it's too good. I have to keep learning about this. And so of course I cleaned Paul's house every week, and then we would talk and learn, and he would give me more water, and I actually used all the waters for cleaning, and it worked amazing. So of course this kind of built up my belief, right? It was like, this is just fantastic. And Oh, where was I now? Okay. So I kept learning. I kept using the waters. And I kept bugging Roger. So I give him some new information and this, and this. And I just kept, like, being a gnat, I guess. I was just being like that busy little bee. And then pretty soon, after 3 months, I decided to break it down financially. So I broke down what I was spending on my cleaning supplies. And I basically told them, look, if we get this machine, I'm going to save $2,000 a year on my cleaning. And so we should buy it. And so finally he caved, and he said, sure, okay. And very begrudgingly. And I was just so freaking excited. I went to the office. I picked it up with Paul. And, we hooked it up. And then we started drinking the water. Roger started drinking water. He was already a big water drinker. He was already drinking, a gallon a day. Beautiful Chilliwack water, had no chlorine in it, had nothing, right? So it was very easy for him to drink this water. And I have to tell you, after 2 weeks, it was the most amazing thing you'd ever seen. It was like a light bulb came on. There was so much positivity that just started coming out of him. He started laughing. He started joking. He even started picking up after himself. It was totally different. It was like so cool. And it just kept going. And then after 3 months, to me, I stopped crying. After 3 months, he was, like most of these symptoms had kind of subsided, right? It was like the water kind of cleaned him. And he was just so full of positivity. And, of course, this just kind of fueled us. And I was so excited about this change, right? Now it's like, wow, okay. I have an opportunity here. I have 50 to 60 clients, and Paul had told me about the opportunity of an adjunct, and I thought, I really don't want to clean people's toilets for the rest of my life, and neither did Roger. So I said, what if, right? And so I decided to and I really didn't know anything. Now remember, I have no self-confidence, no self-esteem, I'm very shy, but I was bold enough, because the clients knew me a little bit, that I was just going to tell them about the machine and they were all going to buy it. Because, 50, 60 clients of 50, 60 machines, right? So this is a good head start. And guess what happened? Every one of them rejected me. All of them said no. They were very, very happy, because they all loved me, but they were all very happy for me. But they also went and Googled, right? So, and of course I was just devastated. It was like, oh my God, again, right? And so my saving grace was Roger, because of what was happening with him. And also Paul and Gail, because they had water presentations every week. And I would go there, and they would encourage me and pick me back up again. And so this kind of all helped, right? And I was down for about a month or two. And I finally decided, well, I have to find new people, right? I had this desire to get out of what we were in. And so someone told me about this beautiful little network. It's called like a Heartlink, where women are in a home, and they all kind of share their business story with each other. And that was my first exposure to other women and kind of putting myself out there, so to speak. And I will tell you, it was the most nerve-wracking thing I'd ever done in my whole life, and I could barely talk. The tears are just coming, and my face was all red, and I thought I had blown it, right? I thought, oh my God, they're going to think I'm an idiot, or I'm just crazy. And through that network, they all kind of supported me. And that gave me the courage then to go on again and do a bigger networking event. It's like you said last week or last month to me, it's like you grow through all of these obstacles in your life. And if you really want something, you just have to grow through it. And that's exactly what I did. And do you know that Roger, finally, he went to his first presentation after a year? 1 year it took him to get to a presentation. And after he saw the presentation, he thought, geez, I can do that. I can do that really well, I think. So he went home, he learned how to do PowerPoint, he did all the science, he figured all this stuff out. Pretty soon we were doing presentations in our home so that we were, doing it ourselves. And what's amazing is that
Take your time.
He's one of the best presenters, and he's so sought after, and he's just so good, and it's so beautiful to see his talent shine after so many years of not being able to provide for his family or to contribute. So the biggest gift for us, I think, is it gave us a purpose, it gave us a life, and we have been able to, if I stop crying for 2 seconds, he has been able to help his family. I've been able to help mine. His father was suffering through chemo treatments, and he was able to help him get over that. His parents earn an extra income for retirement, so they're enjoying retirement together. He was able to help his sisters, Suzanne Gadet. Love you, Sue. Who overcome a lot of pain and a lot of mental distress. It has become her passion to change her little small community of Atikokan into the healthiest people in the world, and it's just so beautiful. And my son is turning 6A tomorrow.
Yay!
Pretty cool, huh? So our whole
Yeah.
family is involved in this mission of passion. And what I would like to say is that we're so thankful that Enagic came around. It's so much more than just water. When we started, we were $30,000 in debt. We had never been on vacation. We never went on a honeymoon. We were living in depression. So what I'd like to say is that Enagic actually gave us a life, a dream life. We enjoy every day. We spend it together. We do the actual joy. We've built a family of people where we used to only be a family of 3. And it's an amazing thing. And in 7.5 years of being in Enagic, we've achieved financial freedom, time freedom, and everybody deserves an opportunity like this. And it's really just as simple as somebody sharing a glass of water and being persistent. So my my husband just happened to come out of a basement and go to the beach. That's our story. So that's kind of my story. And that's
Oh, wow. Oh, that sounds like it's it, but there's just so much more to you, Sabine. Oh, what an amazing story. What an amazing story. I'm one to always say that there's just too much talent out there in the field. And there's just too many secrets out there in the field. And I don't mean when I say secrets, I don't mean like, oh, I was told something and I'm not going to tell anybody. But I'm talking about stories like this. That's unheard, I should say. A lot of stories that have not been heard yet, and you just don't know, or maybe you do know, how many lives you just touched on just tonight. How many people you have inspired just to do it again, just to say, you know what, let me try it again. How many people said, you know what, if she can do it after all she went through,
that's
then I
right.
can do it. And you might have stopped some divorces tonight, because there's a lot of people that are dealing with a military husband or a military wife and they just don't understand, what it is that they were exposed to. They didn't see what they saw, hear what they heard, and they just don't want to deal with it. So they'd rather just take the easy way out and just say, let's just be done with this. But you are a woman, and I mean, you are a superwoman. To stay and to cope and to help and to, I mean, I
Love.
wish I was there now. I'd give you a crown. I would give you a crown. And I would give Roger a cape, because you two are definitely a power couple and a half. So, I know that you decided to do Enagic, and I know that there was a little bit of push there, a little bit of pushback, but many of us who've stayed in here, long enough to get to where we are, we had a little bit of pushback. So I do understand, but what was it that kept you going? What was it that kept you, going back and allowing Paul and Gail to share the water, and what was it that gave you the courage to go to your husband, to Roger? I call him a big show off because he's just all, oh, macho man. That's
Yes.
my brother too. But I tell you, what gave you the courage to go and say, look, we're going to save some money here. I mean, hear me out. I mean, what was you take that necessary step to take you to where you are today?
It was the desire to be successful. I was striving my whole life to make my dad proud and to accomplish something on my own. And for me, it was a desire to be something, to uh, create something of our own. And this just seemed like an easier way instead of all the hard work and labor that I was used to. I was really looking for a way out. I was just sick and tired, basically. It was a very, very thin line that we were on. I mean, I learned later on that Roger was actually close to suicide. So that kind of tells you how close we were, in a situation that was very, very bad. And when you're not enjoying your life, um, it's not worth it, right? So I wanted us to enjoy our life. So I guess that was the kind of pull through for me. Because I knew there was something, like we were better. I knew there was something inside us. We were better people. And I just wanted to find out finally who I was, I guess. And I thought this was the perfect opportunity. And it just it just kind of happened, just sharing water with people. And, I say all these um, problems that I went through, but they were all lessons. Every single rejection that I got was a lesson. So then I would regroup and learn. And it's just, yeah, I just wanted something. And this was
Wow.
going to be it. This was going to be it.
And you just felt it, right? You
Yes,
just
I
felt
felt
it. I understand. I do understand. We're on the same page. Just a different story. It's just a different story, but on the same page. Sabine, I'm so glad that you pointed that out, that everything that you went through, it may have been pain. No, not may have. It was painful. It hurt. You shed a lot of tears. I'm sure there's a lot of folk looking for tissue right now as we speak. They probably went through a whole roll. You know how
yeah.
ladies do, grab anything and wipe our eyes as long as it won't, hurt our
Yeah.
eyes. But I tell you, a lot of wet shirts too, and a lot of wet sleeves. But you know what? It's one thing that you pointed out, and I hope everybody heard you clearly. You said you learned from it. Sometimes as women, we tend to kind of like, wear our emotions like right on our sleeves. And it's like everything happened to me. Why me? I'm having bad luck, or maybe somebody's trying to hurt me, or people are thinking negative thoughts about me. Never really take the time to really ask ourselves, why not me? You
Hmm.
know, and Sabine, your story, what it shows me is that you are a very strong woman. And your husband is a very strong man. Your family is strong, period. And,
Yeah.
hats off to Paul and Gail, because they did not give up on you. They
No.
were connected in such a way that they could feel that you needed this. And they did not give up on you.
Exactly.
And even though you might have been cleaning their house, they didn't look down on you.
Exactly.
They thought enough to share this with you.
Yes.
They saw something in you. And not only that, you saw something in the opportunity, and you believed in your husband enough to not give up on him, to not give up on your family. You are a strong woman. And I'm going to tell you something. Your story was given to you because you could handle it. You can handle it. Now you may say, "Well, Tamia, I'm glad you got your story," and I'm saying right now, Sabine, I'm glad you got your story, because
Yeah.
had that been given to me, I may not be here right now, and had my story been given to you, you may not be either. But
Right.
you were the chosen one to carry this particular cross. You were the chosen one, and I was the chosen one to carry mine. And for that, I don't apologize.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't apologize either, because you know what? Where you are today is a direct result on the lessons that you learned. And it ain't over yet.
I
It ain't
know.
over yet. Girl,
It,
you got a long way to go. You got millions and millions and even billions of dollars that's going to come across your desk. And all of it's going to get there as a result of all the lessons that you learned. So
yeah.
I challenge everybody out there listening to just keep learning. Keep learning and keep learning and keep learning. Now, you know what? I wanted to ask you one more thing. I know the time is going and we can talk forever. I can talk to you forever. And I can talk to everybody out there that's listening forever. But Sabine, there's somebody out there. There's some people out there that have a very similar story to yours, or they may be going through what you went through. And we always say here on the Empower Her video conference, grow through it, right? Just grow through it. But what is it that you could say to them to encourage them to not throw in the towel? Because there's people out there right now that say, you know what? I done talked to everybody. Everybody said no. I done been giving away water, and they're still not buying the device, the lad, as Don Foster would say. I've been doing all of these things, but still nobody's doing anything. I have an organization that I've been working with for the past 5 years, and they're all dead. I've heard that before, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, so they're ready to just like quit. And then maybe today somebody called them to tell them about the next big opportunity. Oh, here's the big one. this is the one right here. You know that one? And they just ready to jump out of this boat and jump over into what they think is a cruise and find out that it's just a paddle boat. You see,
Right.
what can you say to them right now to get them to reconsider and give them themselves and their family a chance on this opportunity? Just give themselves a chance, period, on life, on being able to be where you are today.
Well, I would say.
I like those earrings, by the way. Those are off the
Oh,
chain.
thank you. It's one of the perks I have in dressing up now. It's awesome. Um, what I would say is, I think this is the best opportunity where you keep everything. Like you make a good income, and you like you don't really have to do so much work. It's actually very, very simple, and all the rejections you get is normal. It's just because people don't know. I have to tell you, in our little community of Chilliwack, almost everybody knows about Kangen water now, right? And it's almost like people are actually calling because they want a distributor that has the water or give them the Kangen water. It's getting out there. And it's not as difficult as it was when we first started, there was no materials, you actually have people that can lead you by the hand and show you the steps to take and make it a lot easier. It's like we're a family, and we're a family that cares that we all become successful. This is what I'm teaching anyway. And I feel that true Wenatchee is that we all want to support this. Not only, it's our responsibility, I believe, to help each other and also to help the earth, like environmentally, health-wise. This is all a very positive thing, and it is unique because it's the only thing out there like this. There's nothing out there like this. It's unique. It stands on its own. And quite honestly, I think if you're not in it, you're missing out. And I think you're missing out on becoming who you are. If I can say that. I've been approached, in the beginning I was approached with other things, and I was told it's a lot easier than selling that expensive machine. And, I actually did fall for it a couple of times, right? I'd buy a few things, and I'd learn about their thing, and I'm like, But, it wasn't substantial enough, and it didn't keep. Like, when you achieve an Enagic, you keep what you have. And you can build, and you can grow on that, and you can help other people build and grow on that. You never lose anything. So I think it really gives a good, solid platform for people to stand strong. So I would give it an honest shot, because if you put in just even a little bit of effort every day, in 5 years you could do so much more than in 30, which is what I did. And I had no skills, I had nothing, but I learned it all along the way. And it's just the most amazing thing. So I'm just hoping that everybody, teaching everybody, you need to return to this company, because it's the only company, for heaven's sake. That's what I have to say about that. How's that, Tania?
Oh man, you are just absolutely amazing. Woo!
Oh,
I'm just getting hit.
Uh-oh. What happened? Did you hang up?
Yeah, don't worry. We'll call her back. All right. So
Okay.
okay, Sabine, I heard that you Okay, I heard that you have your son is becoming in 6A, right? Can you share
Yeah,
with
tomorrow.
yeah, you told us, right? Can you share with us being a
Yeah.
mom, having seeing your son being in 6A? Tell us how you
Yeah.
feel and and how what advice can you give to the mothers who's out there who's helping a son to build a logic business?
Well, it's just like teaching them how to walk. It's the exact same thing. Um, they may think that they have it hard, but they actually they they've got it made. If you teach them the right thing about a magic, like I said, it's never. Hello, I'm back. Oh, with my son. Okay. Um, so yeah, it's just like them walking. You're just holding their hand. Um, you're teaching them about an opportunity of a lifetime. And I couldn't be more prouder of my son. He's learned so many skills, more than he would have if he would have gone to school. And he's going to have this, like he's going to be so set up. And I really encourage you to teach your kids how to do this, because it is really, really impactful for them to be part of the change that this world needs to see, especially in the environment uh, and in jobs. Right, as a part-time job, this is the best. Like this is the best thing on the planet. So just keep encouraging them to learn it.
Great. So we have Tamia back with us. Tamia, can you show us your beautiful face, please? And
Please.
Sabine just shared with us the exciting news that her son become a 6A this month, actually. Tamia, are you there?
I am here, but I'm on another phone and I'm trying to get into the other conference.
Okay, no problem, no
But
problem.
can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Because
we
my
can hear
video,
you
I don't
okay.
know.
We can hear you okay. Sabine
All right. Well,
just shared with us being a mother, seeing her son being a 6A. That's a truly amazing news. This is more like a family business rather than a one-to-one individual business, isn't it? What's your thought on that, Samia?
it is absolutely amazing. Just to think. I mean, imagine had Sabine kept doing what she was doing. Just imagine where she'd be, you know. But that's just not how it ended up. I mean, look at her today. Look at her today. Look at her family today. And her son, you know, every time he makes a sale, especially if he does a SD 501, I mean, $6, $8, $710. How old is he, Sabine?
He's 24.
24. Can you imagine if he was to go out and just do 10 sales, just 10 sales, personal sales a month? That's
That's right.
almost $20,000 at not even 25 years old yet. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, listen, we don't make any income claims here. We're not trying to dangle the carrot to anybody or whatever the case might be. But the bottom line is the bottom line. The young man, he done it. As we say in South Carolina, he done it now. He
Yeah.
done it. So at the end of the day, he has positioned himself to be an independent young man. He does not need, of course, he needs his mom and his dad for moral support and things of that nature. But he's pretty much independent, and
Yeah.
all because of following in their footsteps. Yeah, so I totally agree, Christina. Absolutely.
Exactly. So, so upon advice, Sabine, like you being a 682, and basically you are the women who dominate one of the regions in BC that I know. You're the legendary Sabine Gadet. Share with us, for anyone who's starting out there, a piece of advice. What will you give to them? Like a piece of advice that you think can help them to carry through, like the hardship that three of us went through. Can you give her or them a piece of advice to the men and women out there?
Uh, don't take it personal. You, um, just just don't. You're just Me, no, not right. Well, that's what I would say. Just go through it, because really, people, that's if you can keep it as basic as you're being friends with people and just finding out about them. Do they need it? Don't they need it? Um, but it really is. It's not that hard. We just make it hard because we've got all this fear and stuff in us. It's just like get over it, right? Um, it's not real. Most of it's not even real. So you just you got to step into who you really are, because not everybody operates the same way. I would encourage you, if you have talents, that's what you want. Um, you know, just share a glass of water to start with, right? And like, and then see where it goes with the magic. Worth it. It's worth.
Oh, wow. Sabine, can you hear me better now?
I can, and I can see your beautiful face.
Oh, I
Thank
done
you.
ran upstairs to the gym. My phone died.
Oh dear.
I
All these
wasn't paying
technical.
attention. I was so into you and listening and getting all these comments. People don't realize every time they send me a message, it's blocking my view, man. I'm
Oh
trying to
my
see.
gosh! Wow.
But the I'm telling you something. The comments are coming in, and people are so inspired, and they are so excited about
Oh,
what you shared with them tonight. And they're all just head over heels in love with you. They've never laid eyes on you until now. But a bunch of women that was so needing this information, and
yeah.
you just really empowered them. You really did. You gave them strength. You gave them hope. And truly, I can relate to everything. And I can't say that I've been there and I've done that, but I can relate to struggle. I can relate to trials and tribulations. And yeah, I can also relate to the farm.
Yeah.
I can relate to the farm. Now we didn't raise ducks. We had a whole bunch of chickens and pigs and cows.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can relate to that. And it wasn't about earrings and lipstick and suits, and I didn't find out about that stuff until later on in life.
That's right.
But now today, isn't it just amazing how where you can go if you just change your mind?
Yes.
If you just decide I want more for myself. Oh wow. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm finished crying for the day, and and I'm
Awesome.
glad crying for tonight, brother. I'm glad that you able to share with us, and we're looking forward to another very powerful Empower Her video conference on next month.
Yes.
And I know that you know who we're gonna have come on
I'm so
next month.
excited.
Are you excited?
I
I
am. I
don't
am.
know, Chris. Where's Christine?
I'm
Christine,
here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
I
So
don't see you. I want
now
to
you
see your
see me,
beautiful
right?
face. There you
There you
go.
are, beautiful.
Yes.
You want to
Now,
share who's coming on next
wow.
month?
Next month it'll be we're super special because next month we're going to have another powerhouse of energetic, the ladies community. We're going to have Julian Divash. Yes, you hear it right. We have never heard of her story. We heard a lot about from her son and her husband, but not this queen. I'll call her the king and queen, right?
Nice.
Yeah, Jelena
Yeah.
Delfish. Yes. Oh
That's
my
right.
God, that's
That's right. So
so
next
exciting.
month we will be on June 6th. June 6th is a Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right?
Nice.
All right.
All I
Oh,
can
that's
say is Sabine did a number on us tonight, but I tell everybody, get your tissue ready. This is really an empowerment call. It really,
it.
really is.
It really
Because
is.
I'm telling you, I'm tired of crying, but I feel so good afterwards.
Oh,
I feel
absolutely, absolutely,
stronger.
absolutely. That's why
So
this is called
we just can't
Empower
wait
Her
to hear
Call,
from
right?
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
All right. So,
All right.
all right. So, thank you Sabine, for the wonderful, inspiring story. You have made a lot of
Thank
people
you,
cry.
thank you.
Actually, a lot of people cry. Probably a few hundred people out there. So next round, June 6th. I know that Tammy is going to talk to with Jillian. So we'll
Yes.
take it from there. I can't wait. June 6th, people, mark it down. June 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now, before we go, let me do a little bit of promotion for our Toronto 5th anniversary party, which is June 17th.
Yay!
And Tammy is coming. Because of Tammy,
Yes.
JD, and as well as Romy, we sold out the early bird ticket just in 3 days. Early bird
Yes.
tickets also, so we only have a few tickets left. So please go to the Enagic Web System website to look for a ticket. It's truly, I would say, this is it will be a new standard of the North American way of celebrating the Enagic Toronto office or Enagic office around the world. You have to be there. Because you're
Yes.
going to see
I'll
what?
be there.
You're going to see Tammy in person. You're going to see Sabine in person.
Yeah,
In case you're
better
not-
be there.
Yeah, in case you want to think.
Oh yeah, Roger too, by the way.
Yeah, they will be there. I will be there too. Okay.
Yeah.
So so next round, June 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll have Juliana and 3 of us,
Okay.
obviously. Okay.
Jillian, yep, you got it.
All right. Bye,
Mwah.
ladies.
I love you guys.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sabine.
Mwah.
We
Sabine
love
and
you
Sabine.